Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you some information, and number two, provide you some inspiration in the middle of your week. Hey, let's get right to it with the informational portion. And the informational portion is this upcoming Saturday, that's right, in a few days, this Saturday, January 14th, from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m., the women's ministry is having a women's get together with breakfast and bunco. So we'll be eating some great breakfast and singing some worship songs and then playing bunco with one another. And again, it's just a way for us to connect with one another and to have a great time, the ladies to have a great time with one another. And so I want to encourage you to attend that. It's from 9:30 to 11 a.m. There's no cost to you whatsoever. Simply show up and have a great time with the other women there, all right? So that's this Saturday. Then 2 weeks from this Sunday is Vision Sunday, January 29th. It's an opportunity for us to gather corporately and hear about where we believe God is leading us and this upcoming year. And so we're looking forward to this. There are a lot of great things that God not seems to be, but He is working in such a way that we have some very exciting news to share with people about where God is taking us and what He's going to do in our lives and through our lives. And so that's January 29th. We will gather corporately for worship. And then afterwards, we have a potluck. And you've been hearing me talk an awful lot about making sure to bring the protein, and I'm sure you will. And there will be great desserts and great side dishes. And we're looking forward to this as we celebrate God's faithfulness to us in the years past and His faithfulness to us in this year ahead. So I look forward to that. Again, that's January 29th. After the worship service is a potluck meal, and we'll have a great time with one another there. All right, so those are really the main announcements. Again, if you're interested in spiritual formation class, they are doing a wonderful series right now from the Bible Project, looking at each book of the Bible and the message of each one of those books. And the teachers are doing a fabulous job of breaking it down so that when you go into God's Word, you're not intimidated. You have an understanding of what's going on here. And then you can better be freed up to let Him speak to you through His Word like He always does. So that's a real quick plug for spiritual formation as well. Hey, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize, wow, are we getting a lot of rain? And as we get all this rain, I cannot help but, we're praying for people that are being affected by this, and it just simply keeps on coming. And that being said, it's real easy, and I've noticed this for myself. I get a little just, I don't know if I would call it depressed, but I miss seeing the sun. And that what I'm leading to is that at times in life, things keep coming at us, and it isn't a massive thing that happens at one time, but it just builds over time and builds over time, and it sort of takes the zest out of us, the vigor out of us, and we can become a little discouraged. And I want us to think about this, that every person we meet needs some word of encouragement oftentimes. We don't know what each other's going through, and right now I'm sure that there are people watching this video thinking, well, I'm one of those people who's pretty discouraged. Well, I hear you, and I'm hoping, as I say this every week, hoping that there can be a word of encouragement to keep you going in the middle of your week. All of us battle discouragement, and as we go through these days and as we live each day, it's incredibly important that we look for those opportunities where we can be an encouragement to others. I was reading this passage in Romans chapter 1, and it starts at verse 11, and listen to what Paul says here. He says, I long to see you so that I may impart to you some spiritual gift to make you strong. That is, and notice how he gets specific here, that you and I may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith. That you and I may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith. Your faith can be an encouragement to somebody else's faith. My faith can be an encouragement to somebody else's faith. And what we need to be doing is looking to encourage one another and strengthen one another. So often there's this temptation to be critical and to only notice these negative things and what we need to work on. Yet, as I read God's word, I'm reminded again that yeah, there's always something to work on. Yet, look at how far he's brought us. Look at how faithful he's been. And look at how faithful he will continue to be. It's my prayer that at FBC Salinas, that we will be a community of Christ followers that mutually encourage one another by our faith. May that happen today. May that happen tomorrow. May that happen the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, and forevermore. Let's be those people that encourage one another to keep on keeping on, no matter if it's raining or not, no matter if the sun is out or not. May we encourage one another to be God's people in this world, because this world desperately needs to hear about his grace for them and his love for them. All right? So let's do that. Romans 1, verses 11, 12, if you're interested. Check it out later on today or this week. We'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great rest of the day, a great week. I love you, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.